Love is a universal concept defined in different ways around the world. Love is not something to learn like reading or math. It is something to experience, cherish, and spread. Love can be defined as a variety of different emotional and mental states that range from deep interpersonal affection to simple pleasures. We set out to find how love was felt and expressed in various cultures around the world. Speaking to people in 6 different countries, we found that love can be anything from a tender, warm hug to a soft, reserved sense of caring. Love means something different to everyone, but the core of love is often the same. We hope that we can share the same love we experienced and take what we have learned through this project and pay it forward. The world can always use a little more love.
So love for me means a lot of different things, and I think what's most important is that we can define it for ourselves. And I think the most important value for me is being able to be with someone who really challenges you and helps you grow to be the person that you want to be. That, I think, is my first and foremost biggest value.
So for what love means to me, or at least when I realized that I was in love, is when I realized that I would put someone else's well-being ahead of my own, and the sacrifices that I would make for that person. Whereas before that, I definitely never would have with many other people. But after realizing that, and then realizing that I don't know what it would be like to live a day without knowing that I was with Chica, and I guess that's how I would define love.
Aww.
How is love expressed in our culture? It's mainly through togetherness, open-heartedness. And we have to say that Atukonu Domotolofu, the teeth, the mouth may be smiling, but what is within is different. So love is, like I said, self-fulfillment, inner satisfaction, and if you're able to express it.
Love is simply togetherness. That is how I see it, because anytime you're in love with somebody, you have to make sure that you're always together. You have to make sure that you're always together, because love comes with togetherness. I love you in my language. When you direct translate it to my language, you say Ndiakutanda. Tanda means love. Ndia means it's more like I'm in love with you than I love you. When you translate Ndiakutanda means I'm in love with you. So yes, I've said that a lot of times.
I think love is a feeling that you get in your heart when you see certain people. How I would describe love is when I see my wife after a long tour, my stomach goes into butterflies, and I would regard that as love. And I suppose it's different for different people, but that's more or less what I think the feel is for it.
So the way that multicultural relationships impact love, I think there's a lot of little things that make it a little bit more complicated in a multicultural relationship. And what really needs to happen is that communication needs to be even better than a relationship where both people are from the same culture. There are a lot of small differences. For example, I was raised when you would never ever eat with your mouth open or make any noises while eating, whereas Japanese culture, it's very common and even possibly polite to slurp your soup or whatever food you're eating. And so it really takes a lot of flexibility on both sides to really learn about the other culture and then come together almost as a compromise, so that these little differences don't cause even more conflict, but you can kind of resolve them together.
Okay, love in our culture is like very close. It's usually, it comes at home, or it's not in public. It's not very evident in public. It's like something bad happening if you kiss somebody or if you hug somebody, maybe a girl or a boy. That's it.
In our culture, normally it's not like this. We say I love you or मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ in front of everyone or at home. It's something like you do that in a different ways. Like you give something to whom you love, you care about them, you make calls and you ask how are you and how is the health going on. So this is the way we express our love.
Well, let me say, I mean, not everybody is very expressive. I myself am not very expressive. Some people say it with words, some people say it with cards, some people say it with gifts, flowers. I personally, maybe it's something that I grew up with my dad. I don't recollect a single instance where he told me that he loves me. Not that he didn't, he loved me, but he never put it in words. So probably that kind of rubbed off on me, but I make sure that I express my love, at least verbally. I'm not too good with cards and flowers and not too good with gifts either. But then I make sure that I express that I love everybody around me, whom I want to keep company with, my family, a wonderful family, and my wife.
In Burma, in Myanmar, we have two kinds of love. One is we call it 528 love or 1500 love. 528 love is between friends and relatives and family, mother, daughter, brother, sister, something like that. That is 528 love. But 1500 love, it is between lovers or girlfriend, boyfriend, and after that husband, wife, something like that. It is kind of love of fire, because you feel jealousy to each other, something like that. You feel like a flame in your mind. So we call it love of fire. The other one is love of ice, something like that. So our Lord Buddha, he always give us a way not to be emphasized on too much on 1500 love. Not only to our friends or not only to our relatives, but also to the other. We have to share our loving kindness, something like that. We have to keep that loving kindness in our mind all the time. So it means that you also feel very peaceful. So the next person also feel very peaceful. Right?
Tình yêu là một cái món ăn rất là đặc biệt trên cái bàn tiệc của một cuộc đời con người. It means with me, the love look like the best food. Yes, on the table of many food. You know what I mean? Special food of the life. Yes.
love, from my opinion, love would be like a responsibility, even like a harmony. So from my understanding, love. So such the first will occur in my family, even like such as my wife, my daughter. So this will be from the home love. And also, my love for work will be like I already told you just acting. So the working, like some responsibility, if you're working hard for anybody. The culture. I'm from China. So the love will be related to any kind of the philosophy, like from the Confucius, even from the Taoism. And also, I mainly say, and also the harmony. Now all the people from the world we prefer the harmony society. That's why this is what I mean. And also, love will be for the whole world. Love. So no matter where we go, and also don't forget the love. Love can be working for anywhere, in anywhere.
So with diversity, I think there's a lot of things regarding love that I think also comes with privilege. And so us being in a heterosexual relationship, us being given the opportunity to be married, having the right documentation to get married, having the citizenship. I became a U.S. citizen more recently, and that's something where I think it made our marriage a lot smoother. In terms of finances and our ability to spend money and within the same values, those are things that our upbringing were similar enough that I think there's a lot of privilege in being able to live our lifestyle very freely and without being oppressed. There's also a lot that I think I've had to consider, both of us have had to consider in terms of being in a multiracial relationship where even on this shipboard community, there are people who continue to be surprised that we're together. And that doesn't necessarily mean just because we're two different races. We also have different last names. I chose not to take his last name, and that was another aspect of our love, that my culture and my name is very much tied to my ethnicity, and that's not something that I wanted to change. But he was really flexible and willing to, not just willing, but wanting me to keep that part of me. So I think those are some of the factors that I've considered when it came to being together.
इसलिए विदेश Te amo.
मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ.
Nihwarhad. Te dua.
Bonington.
Seni seviyorum. Polubano.
I love you.